Hey there guys, so over the past few months I watched all of the DC animated movie universe films and it was the perfect time to rank them all. Whilst I enjoyed most of the films, the universe does squander at its own potential and some of them are skippable. At number 16 is Wonder Woman Bloodline. I gotta say, this was just underwhelming and forgettable as a Wonder Woman film in general. I mean, this came out at the wrong time. This was the second to last film in this franchise. And I would have swapped it for a Green Lantern or a Cyborg movie. That would have been way more interesting. But it's nowhere on the same level as the Gal Gadot films. Even Wonder Woman 84, how much I thought that film was just meh. But there's even an animated Wonder Woman film that came out years before this and it's way better than this. At number 15 is Constantine City of Demons. Everything about this film is fine, but when I think of DC characters, I think of the Justice League, Teen Titans, the Suicide Squad, many other villains and heroes. And Constantine and other characters like the supernatural ones are kind of way over there. They're kind of over my head. If you want to get into the character, I recommend watching the live action series that was cancelled within one series, or Legends of Tomorrow. At number 14 is Batman Bad Blood. Too many characters and subplots in this one. On the one hand, you've got Nightwing and Batwoman being introduced along with their origin story, but on the one hand, you've got Damian Wayne dealing with his mum and dad's. You've got Dick Grayson taking on the mantle as Batman. You've got Bruce Wayne's disappearance and also the fact that he doesn't want help from Nightwing and Batwoman. For a film that's an hour and 20 minutes long and it's got so much going on, it's so shallow. At number 13 is Justice League Throne of Atlantis. It's fine but forgettable. It's pretty much got the same plot as the live action Jason Momoa one, but it's nowhere on the same level as that. I mean, the Justice League is in this, but they don't do anything special, and the Superman and Wonder Woman affair is so tacked on. At number 12 is Justice League Dark. Now, it's a great introduction to these mystical characters like Constantine and Santana, and we get to see the supernatural side of the DC universe. And I love the fact that the Justice League doesn't have a clue what's going on, so Batman has to ask Constantine and Santana for help. It's got such a great premise, but the execution is just fine. At number 11 is Justice League vs. the Teen Titans. Now, the film doesn't live up to its title. Yes, the Teen Titans and the Justice League do fight once, but it's only there for the sake of the title. I've seen the story about Raven dealing with her father way better. Just watch the 2003 animated series. A lot of people put this at the bottom of this list. I put it over the other 5 because it has some cool stuff to it. I like the fact that Batman puts Damian in this young superhero team so he can learn, and I like these characters becoming friends and learning to work together. At number 10 is Teen Titans The Judas Contract. Now, it's nice to see these characters again, and we also get Nightwing in this collaboration this time. And this time we don't have the Justice League, so the film stands on its own quite nicely. But the plot to this film is so similar to the story arc in the 2003 animated series, and it's nowhere on the same level as that. At number 9 is The Reign of Superman. Now, I've not read the comics, so I'm judging the film by itself. But everything from 9 onwards are the ones I really enjoyed. I like the idea of seeing this different Superman coming together from different backgrounds, and pretty much everything about this film, like the Justice League getting trapped, Superman returning, and how it ties into the final film in the series. And number 8 is The Son of Batman. As Batman animated films go, this one really stands out because it deals with a particular storyline that we haven't seen in live action or animated before. And along with that, you get Deathstroke and the League of Assassins in the mix. The only thing I wish in this film is that we had a bit more of emotional depth of Batman realising that he has a son. And number 7 is Justice League War. Now, I probably enjoyed it more than most people. And yes, it's more action than actual storytelling, but I like seeing these superheroes coming together and work together to defeat Darkseid. At number 6 is Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, and what I will say, it's way better than the live action film that came out a few years ago. But it's just fun and brutal and chaotic, and how it ties into the Flashpoint Paradox, and we also get to play with the mythos of Dr. Fate. NumberFive is Batman Hush. Again, I've not read the source material, so I'm judging the film by itself, but man, I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, yes, it can be underwhelming, but it's got all the elements for a great Batman story. I wasn't expecting the true identity of Hush, but we get to see so many Batman villains in this one, and the ongoing relationship between Batman and Catwoman. NumberFour is the death of Superman. Again, I've not read the source material, so I'm judging it on its own, and I gotta say, for people who haven't read the comic, this is the next best thing. I mean, there's a lot going on in this one, like the relationship between Clark and Lois. Lex Luthor has a lot more to do in this one. There's a lot of depth into these characters and story. The only thing that really kills the mood in this film is the final scene in this, because we knew that Superman was going to come back. And number 3 is Batman vs Robin. Just seeing these two characters conflict on their own views of justice, which pushes them apart. But my favourite thing about this film is that we get to see the Court of Owls, which is my favourite thing about the Batman mythos. And in this film, it gives them justice. So at second place is the final film in the series, Justice League Dark Apokolips War, and if it weren't for this film I wouldn't be doing this list. It brings together the Justice League, the Teen Titans, the Suicide Squad, the Justice League Dark stuff. It's so unpleasantly dark in such a great way. Avengers Infinity War and Endgame did a great job of depicting these heroes losing, but this took it to a whole new level. Because of Superman's arrogance and his lack of knowledge of Darkseid and his paradigms, it causes the Justice League to fail miserably. I mean, some of the members got brutally murdered, like ripped to shreds. Some of them were transferred into cyborgs for Darkseid's army. Superman loses his powers. He's got kryptonite in his blood. Batman's Darkseid's bitch. I mean, it's so dark and brutal. I mean, it lives up to its title. So my favourite film in the series is Flashpoint Paradox. At the time, I was so surprised that we actually got a great DC animated film other than a Batman film. Barry Allen goes back in time to save his mum, which messes up the timeline. And we get to see these cool what-if scenarios, especially with certain superheroes. Wonder Woman and Aquaman are at war, and we get to see Thomas Wayne as this drunken, violent Batman who actually kills people. It's the perfect adaptation to one of the best comic book storylines of all time. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Go like, share and subscribe. Let me know, where would you rank all the DC animated movie universe films? Go check out my Facebook, my Twitter and my Instagram page. You guys are awesome. I got your back.